Hello, welcome. You just caught me on the hop there. I was just sending out an offer on eBay. Welcome to Cooking Hayden's. I'm Carboot Chris, as you probably know. If you don't know, I'm a full-time reseller and operate predominantly on eBay, but I'm always exploring other platforms, as you might have seen recently. Welcome, our lunch hour live. Today we are chatting mainly about eBay's fulfillment offering. Now, we'll get into it in a bit, but it's been around for quite a couple of years. I was going to say, quite a couple of years. That's the new saying. A couple of years, at least. But they seem to be promoting it again, so we'll talk about that in a bit. Before I get my tongue completely tied, let's see who else we've got in the chat. We've got Tommy Lee's in. If anyone's new here and they wonder why we call Fix It for Reselling Tommy Lee and it's not even his name, it's because he's a dead ringer for Tommy Lee Jones. If you ever see him on screen, he does come on now and again. Fluffy Muffin, welcome. Lindsay and Alvin, welcome to you. The Dumpster Divers, Brooke, we've got Kevin from Florida, Limelight Vinty, Richard, Emsden, hi guys. Uncle Albert's in. Oh, it's Kevin's birthday today. Hang on a minute. Hang on. There we go. Oh, you don't want snow on your birthday. Shit. Happy birthday. Oh, it's not even... What is going on today? I mean, you can have balloons by all means, but this is the one that I was trying to do. This one. The normal happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Woo!
Kevin got the whole lot. He got snow, he got balloons, and he got John Candy. You can't ask for much more. So happy birthday to Kevin. Hope you have a good day. Let's see what we've got in. Minty Darlings. A very interesting name. Can we have a bit of a reason as to why you're called Minty Darlings? That'd be good to know. AMPR's here. Chris Tyler, Proza. Let's go down the list here. Pete's Retro, welcome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody who's here. Don't forget to say hello if you've not said hello already. Barry Brown. Greg's here. Hi, Greg. Much easier to say, Greg. Thank you for that. I have rescue sheep. Okay. Rescue sheep. Mint sauce. Okay. That's tickled me. Phil, hi Phil. Just been looking at new Royal Mail prices. Yeah, I've just seen, I think Damien shared the Royal Mail prices earlier today. Thanks, Damien. Not that I use Royal Mail that often, but always good to know. Bills and Moon is here. Oh, a small animal sanctuary. Oh, okay. Who else we got in? That's it. I'm at the bottom already. It's a quiet one today, isn't it? I've managed to reach the bottom really quick there. Everyone must be busy on a Friday lunchtime. Thingy's on in a bit. I think Amanda's on in a bit. 2:00. Anything vintage. So when I finish, because I've got to finish at dead on 2:00 today, I can't run over because I've got to clean the house and tidy it up because we've got 2 viewings on the house tomorrow. So it's got to be tip top. And yeah, so I need to finish at 2. Night King Birch. Hello. Welcome. Interesting name. Chris Tyler, first I've heard about Royal Mail. How much they're going down? Does anything ever go down in price? It doesn't, does it? Not after it's reached a certain level. Oh, AMPR said, I've got the numbers for my promoted listings in February. Are you going to share them now, AMPR, or are you going to share them some other time? Feel free to drop them in here if you've got some info. Be interested to hear how you've got on. I thought your neighbour was going to buy the house. Well, we've agreed a price. We've agreed a sale, effectively, Limelight. But they've got complications because at least one of them is in the final throes of a work permit. So knowing what, the work permit situation is like, who knows how long that could take. Apparently, it's all agreed. They're waiting for paperwork. That's what we're being told. But knowing that could be months and months and months, we're not just going to sit here waiting for that. So we told them that we'll honour the price that we agreed, but if another buyer comes along in the meantime, we'll have to sell it to them. So that'll obviously put the wind up them a bit, and hopefully they'll try and push it through as quick as they can. But in the meantime, we've got 2 more people that want to look at the house tomorrow. So you never know. One of them could be the buyer. Phil's got to drive up to Barnsley this afternoon, working away for 2 weeks. Working away for 2 weeks up there, closing an Argos. Hopefully we'll be able to swipe some packaging supplies. Oh, nice. My stocks go down all the time. Hi, Steve. Is 48 still 335? I can't remember, to be honest. Someone put it in the chat. Somebody told me before. It was Damien, wasn't it? I'll tell you now, actually, if you want. Let me just dig it out for you. Do this especially for you. Royal Mail prices for April. Second class, a small parcel is £2.99. Tracked 48 is £3.45. So that's 10p up. Large letter second under 100 grams is £1.15. Under 250 grams is £1.85. It's not massive. It's not massive. Stuff goes up, doesn't it? Prices go up. Oh, here we go. AMPR. Background. I have a small eBay shop and I have around 200 listings. Okay. February and March are usually my quietest months. At the moment, it seems like a long time since I filled my car boot at the car boot. Okay. Bit of background for AMPR. We'll await post number 2. How's everyone doing anyway with sales this week? Mine's been kind of not flatlined, average sales. Hi, Soul Steps. Welcome. Thank you, Paul and Marie. We are feeling sick. We are feeling sick. Oh, is it you're live tonight? Because Lindsay and Alvin are live tonight, everybody, at, can you put the time in? Is it 8 o'clock or 8:30? It's one of those times. But if you don't want to miss that live, probably best go over to their channel and sub and press the bell, and then you'll get notified when they go live. So yeah, tonight 8 or 8:30. I can't remember which one it was. I think it might be 8:30, to be honest. Oh, here we go. AMPR's back again. Compared to February 22, my numbers of sold items are up 29%. Okay, well, it's an increase, isn't it? The problem you have, AMPR, with doing all the comparisons is there's so many variables which make it very hard to compare. Even year on year is very hard. Because last year you might have been listing some stuff which wasn't quite as good as what you're listing this year. And the variables are all over the place, which make any kind of test, any kind of comparison on eBay is very difficult to do, unless you always sell the same stuff week on week, month on month, the same items. If you've got a standard set of items that you always sell, maybe you can compare. When you're picking up bits of tat that are random, all different stuff all the time, almost impossible to compare. Especially sometimes you promote it, sometimes you don't, and sometimes you have a sale on and sometimes you don't, or sometimes you send a coupon out. You get the drift. It's really hard to compare stuff, but at least you've had an increase. Proza said bit slow, ticking over this week. Minty's had a good month, been steady, mainly clothes and linens. Right, all my sales that went out posted this morning. Everything that I've sold the last 24 hours, clothing. Everything clothing. I sold a hat in there. I'm classing that as clothing, a hat. It's accessories, isn't it? But nothing non-clothing at all. Everything clothing sold. Oh, there you go. Live at 8:30. AMPR, my gross profit is up 8%. The total fee per transaction paid to eBay, 16.7% to 23.4%. Yeah, that'll be your promoted. Sponsored by Money Mental. Is he going on the show? Is he going on the show with you guys? Brooks had a quiet week on eBay compared to last week. The joys of the eBay roller coaster. Monkey Thrift is here. I don't get a surge. I sold around the same number of items every week. Mr. Diggs. Hi, Mr. Diggs. Just reading through the chit chat. Lisa Boakes, welcome. ABL Dave. Anyway, we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the chat. Let's talk about oh. No, Andrew is away tonight, so he said we can take his spot. And when I posted on Instagram, he commented, "Sponsored by Money Mental." Hopefully, he's sending over some proper sponsorship monies to you for that, and he's not getting free sponsorship, because it sounds to me like it's free sponsorship. You need to sort that out, guys. Lisa's got a good question to get us going. What is eBay Fulfilment about? Is it like FBA? I'll come back to you in a second, Lisa. Got a nice 54 items order, vinyl records and Discogs. Bloody hell. Nice one. 54 items in one order. I can safely say I've never had that many items sold to one person. I think the most, and we was having a chat about it in the Discord recently. The most I've had, I think, in one order is something like 12, something like that. I think somebody before Christmas, I seem to remember, somebody ordered about 12 items off me. It all looked like it was all Christmas presents. You know, they'd just gone crazy on the store, which was good. But that's nice, 54, bloody hell. Total sales and quantity sold both up over 50% compared to last year. Can't complain. That's a good one. Left-handed's here. Just back from an auction haul. Okay, let's talk about eBay fulfillment. Lisa's mentioned it there. So eBay's fulfillment is done by a company called Orange Connects. Now, I have got their details up here. And it's been going at least a couple of years. And did they release it in the pandemic? Or was it just before pandemic times? I can't remember when, but it's been going for at least a couple of years, maybe a bit longer. And by the sounds of it, very, very similar to Amazon FBA. You send your goods in, they store them, they pick and pack them when they sell, they deal with the customer services, and in exchange, they take a load of fees off you, a bit like Amazon FBA. But the question is it worth it? And who's it worth it for? I don't know the answer to it. I don't know the answer. I was reading through it again yesterday because they put it out on the hub dashboard messaging thing. So obviously they're renewing their sort of advertising campaign for it or whatever. But what I like about it, well, I say like in a very sarcastic manner, is, let me just share the screen, is their use of the phrase simplified, as if it applies to people who can actually understand what the hell they are talking about. Let me try and share my screen if it will let me, because it's something wrong with the thing there. Entire screen. Yeah, share that. Okay. This is on the eBay for Business site, and it talks all about this Orange Connects company and their eBay fulfillment. There you go. You can see here, eBay fulfillment. It includes benefits such as same-day handling, late cut-off times, next day or standard delivery, inventory management, peace of mind against defects and stuff like that. And this is the bit that I just loved, because this is their pricing structure for the eBay fulfillment. And they've described it as a UK fulfillment business 2023 price guide, simplified. Now that's the word I like, simplified. But unfortunately, when you, let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Oh, whoa. There we go. When you go through this, there is absolutely nothing simple about it. I'm serious. You can figure out how much they're taking off you after your item's been with them for 2 months in their storage facility. Will blow me a better person than I am, because I would struggle to know from this, without sitting here for about 2 hours, how much they're actually taking off you. This is not simple. Simple to me would be them saying to you, if you want to use eBay's fulfillment, we are going to take a flat rate of 50%, 40% of your sale price. That is the simple way of doing it, in my view. So why don't they just do something like that? And I appreciate, this is me, just talking from an end consumer sort of business user point of view. But this is not a simple, look at all these. This is not a simple way to present your prices. I have not got a clue what they are charging. But something that Damien mentioned to me, because he saw that we were doing this this chat today, he said when he looked through it, it's the storage fees that probably kill it. So you'd have to make sure that if you were using this service, that your items had a fast turnover, because you would not want to be paying their storage fees. This is not simple, by the way. Have a look at it yourself when you get a chance. Here's my take on it, and whoops, that's the chat. Where's my StreamYard gone? Here's my take on it. My take on it is this. It would probably be ideal for a company who deals in multi listings, small items, fast sellers, and masses of the same thing. So it can just be churned in and out of that warehouse, a bit like it's not dissimilar to Amazon FBA, but the way I see it after reading through all the Orange Connect's literature and prices is it's not really any good for us general tat sellers, because if I send an item in and it takes 3, 4, 5, 6 months to sell, there's probably not going to be much profit left in it. And also we sell big items as well, and your storage goes off per meter square. So if you've got quite a few items that take up a meter square, that are quite big, then your storage is going to cost a lot more. So that's going to kill your profits. So for us general tat sellers, I would say it's probably not worth it. However, I would love to know if anybody in the chat right now, or if you're watching back on a replay or whatever in the future, you're not watching it live, and you use the Orange Connect's eBay fulfillment, I'd love to hear about what your experiences is. What kind of seller are you? What do you sell? And how do you find the service? Because in theory, it sounds like a great idea. Because imagine, and I'll come back to the chat in a minute, guys. Imagine if you were an eBay seller, very, very short on space. You weren't keen on the idea of getting a storage unit, a lockup, or an office or whatever. You could buy your tat, box it up, label it, ship it off to Orange Connects, let them deal with all the fulfillment, the packaging, the customer service. Sorry. That sounds like a great idea, especially if you don't have the storage space. If you live in a flat or apartment and you're an eBay seller, that could be a perfect opportunity for you. But I don't think the numbers stack up. When you read down into those numbers, they don't really stack up for us general tat sellers. If you're a seller of 100,000 phone cases a month, and your phone cases don't stick around for more than a month, they just sell, they sell. That's probably a good idea, because if you're selling that many, you probably ain't got time, or you'd have to employ somebody to do all the postage and packing for you as well. So that's my sort of take on it. General tat sellers, probably not. Multi-listing, multi-million sellers of items, probably yes. Is their process simple? Is their price listing simple? No, definitely not. Like to see with something like that is, don't give me a million different charges and prices. Tell me what percentage of my final sale price you want, right? And I'll decide if it's worth it or not. Even if it's 50%, it could still be worth it. We're already paying, most of the time, we're already paying 20, 21, 22% sometimes. I mean, AMPR paid 23%, we're already creeping up. If it's 50%, could still be worth it. It depends on your profit margins. That's what I would like to see. Not all these numbers where at the end of the day, you don't even know what you're being charged. I just want a flat fee A flat percentage. That's what we're taking off you for our services. Cliff, here we go. I'm back into the chat. Cliff said it would only work for businesses selling set inventory. Yeah, kind of. I see where you're coming from with that one, Cliff. Yeah, the same sort of stuff. They can just ship it out, label it up, and forget about it, and let eBay do the rest. I would add to that probably massive multi-listings of the same thing. And my example would be fast-selling phone accessories. Maybe that might work. Z. Oh, hang on a minute. Z. Only cool stuff. What's happened to your name? I'd be interested if it was a first-party service. If it's a collaboration with a third-party company, I'd be very wary. Well, Orange Connects, it's a third party, isn't it? They're a much bigger organization that deal with other stuff. I think do they operate a lot in China as well? It's not eBay running it anyway. I'm pretty sure they're just handing it over to Orange Connects and taking a percentage. High Night's Life Rich. It does not look simple. No, it is not simple. What I would say to you is when you look through that price list, get a couple of things in your head like that you might sell. Oh, maybe I'd send this ornament. Maybe I'd send this hat to Orange Connects. Maybe I'd send this VHS tape. Maybe I'd send this VHS player, this TV. Put all that through the system. Put that through their pricing structure and try and figure out how much it's going to cost you. And if you can, let me know how, because it's not easy. Yeah. So they can hide the hidden costs. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Sam's Adventures, welcome. Brooke says, according to eBay pricing, would cost me £105 per day when my unit costs £188 a month for the same size. Are you satisfied, Brooke, that you've worked that out correctly? That sounds like a hell of a lot of money. That sounds like a hell of a lot of money. Don't forget the storage costs is meters squared, not per item. So you could get quite a lot of hats in a meter squared. So then you'd have to split it between the number of items that you've got in that space. I mean, how they even measure that, I don't know. Never seen anyone hyping it. No, me neither. Never seen anyone on YouTube saying it's a great service or anything. Fire Retro, hi. Lisa, not good for me. I have some clothes that sell quick and some that I've had ages. Yeah, exactly. And every month that goes by, you're going to incur storage costs. So it could only be small. I mean, if you have a T-shirt, imagine how many T-shirts, a bit like FBA. FBA do the same thing. If you imagine how many T-shirts you can fit in a meter square space, then the price per T-shirt will just be a couple of pence probably every month. But that'll soon add up over time. Afternoon Yorkshire mix. Exactly. It has to be simple. A simple price structure. And the simplest way the only way that eBay, if you're listening, eBay do watch these lives. If you're listening, hello. The only way you're going to get us regular sellers using eBay Connects is if you just give us a price, a percentage of the final sell price. That is what you're taking. Even if it's something like 50%, at least we can consider if it's worth it or not. Or we can consider it for certain items as opposed to others. You can't give us 8 different charges that we can't understand. You've got to do it more simply, because us tat sellers, if you don't mind me saying, we're a relatively simple bunch. But I will speak for myself on that. If you want to be included in that, then you can do. That's me not insulting everybody in the chat. Everyone now unsubscribed. Retail waste. Hi, Martin. Good afternoon to you. Perfect if you're an iPhone seller. Quite possibly, yeah. Or iPhone cases or something like that. ANPR has reverted back to 2.5% for all items. Well, at least you tested it and you're satisfied that you're okay with 2.5%. ABL Dave says companies that are big enough to make this service worthwhile will almost certainly be big enough to take care of their own supply chain. This would possibly be only appealing to overseas big firms. Yeah, you're probably right there, Dave. Most big companies are going to have their own employees, their own packing facilities, and their own fulfillment centers, you know. You would think so, but maybe there's like a middle level of company. You know, like there's us, most of us in the chat are full-time or part-time general tat sellers. Below the VAT threshold, most of us just on a lifestyle basis. It's not going to be any good for us unless they come out with a clearer price structure which suits. And then you've got the big, like Dave is talking about, the big multi-million-pound companies that have their own fulfillment. So it's probably not good for them because why do that when they've got their own? But perhaps there is a middle ground where the service could work. You know, that, I don't know, 100,000 to 500,000 turnover, that kind of number where it could be appealing. Maybe that kind of number would, they're the people that would be interested in this service. If it was small multi-quantity items, surely that would be easy and cheap to pack and ship yourself. Yeah, true. You would have to be doing really high volumes of the same thing. That's when it'll be worth it. Yeah, I think so as well. Really high volumes, you know. That would be good. Well, I say good, but it's a service. I'm not sure whether it's good or not. Yeah. Proza says a lot of my items can sell quick or some have had ages. Yeah. No good for those long tail stuff. Absolutely no good for that. You got to be turning over quickly, I reckon. Married to reselling. Hi, guys. Listen up, eBay. I'll get a message from eBay tomorrow. Chris, I like your idea. Chris, would you like to try our Orange Connect service for free? Yes, please. As long as you don't have to pay for it, I'll do it. One fee makes it simple, totally. It has to be. It has to be. I just think they baffle you with numbers, and in the end, you don't. This is what I said to Damien this morning, right? DB Resellers. I said, in the end, you haven't got a clue what you're paying until you go bankrupt. That's the way I read it. Is you have no idea what your fees are because it's going to be changing every month. And then when it sells, you probably make no money on it. So you go bankrupt. We've copied FBA. The structure is very similar. Yeah, it is. If eBay want to promote it, they need to have a calculator tool. That's a good idea, Cliff. Yeah. Simple calculator. Sorry, this Coke is giving me the burps. Tal, good morning. Great to see you live. It's afternoon, actually, Tal, here, but I don't know where you are. But welcome anyway. So if it's morning where you are, good morning. Brooke says long-term storage, 350 per day per meter squared. My unit is 100 foot, 30 meter equals 105. I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you've done there. I guess the other argument to that is you're not going to make use of, yes, you have that space, but you're not going to ever fill every cubic meter of your unit, are you? There's going to be wasted space in there, because if you fill every cubic meter of your unit, then you're not going to get to the items that are at the back, are you? So if you ram it full as if you're shipping from China, then fair enough. But if you're using it as a storage unit, then you probably have to half it, don't you? You're only ever going to half fill it. You'd at least need an alleyway down the middle if you're going to stack it up to the top. So third off it. I'm not defending them, by the way. I'm just saying that, yes, technically you have that many cubic meters, but in reality, you're never going to use them all. It's impossible. Everyone has 1 cubic meter in their home. It's smaller than a cupboard. It's very small, isn't it? 1 cubic meter. Flipping L, hi everyone. Hope eBay isn't morphing into Amazon, where the small sellers will eventually get pushed out. I really like eBay being a second-hand market, not a haven for mass production. This is not new, Flipping L. What we're talking about has been around for 2-3 years at least. I can't remember when they actually started it, but this came out a while back, and I remember when it came out, and I thought, oh, this could be really interesting. I could send all my stock up to eBay or whatever, the company, and forget about it, a bit like FBA, but didn't really work out like that. Thank you, Lindsay and Alvin. Don't forget the thumbs up. Haggis Lover, the simple move would be a monthly cost per cubic meter, no matter how many items are in that area, then the cost of packing and postage. That would make things simple. Certainly got to be more simple than what it is. What makes me laugh, what made me laugh a lot about that whole price list was the fact they actually wrote simplified on the front. So somebody's come up with that and thought it was simplified. Doc Brown's joined us. Next Saturday night, we're sending you back to the future. Nice one, Doc. Where are we going? Yeah, I've used Amazon FBA, Lisa. Yeah, I've used it in the past. I think at one point, I had about 300 to 400 items in FBA at the peak of when I was doing it. I was never like an FBA millionaire or whatever. What about returns, etc.? Who's going to look and test the items and make sure they're genuine and not lying or scamming? I don't think I would trust eBay Fulfilment. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't read what the returns policy were, but obviously the returns policies will stand as normal because you're allowed to return items. But I'm not sure, what happens to them when they get returned. I guess you'd have to look at the small print with that one, but it's a good point. You could use it temporarily whilst you move, Chris. A good way to keep your store open, maybe. Possibly, but can you imagine, though? You'd have to box it all. I think you have to label everything individually. And I don't know if it'd be worth the effort. I think by the time I've done that, I might as well just pay for somebody to pay for a van for it. It's a good thought, though. I think getting it all in there and then getting it all out might be a bit more of a hassle than what you might think. Little Steve's here. Hi. Talia, welcome. Mr. Diggs. Whatever happened to straightforward, plain explanations? Now they just bamboozle you with facts and figures. Did you sell your pigeon, Chris? Pigeon? Oh, that wooden thing. No, it's not gone yet. It's still on eBay. Do you want to buy it, Flippy, now? I'll do you a good price on it. Hubu has been eBay fulfilling for many years. Yeah, remember? I remember a few years back they were doing the rounds a bit, weren't they? They were wanting resellers to test their service, And I think a couple of people at the time, a couple of YouTubers did test it out. I can't remember what happened. Or was that another company? Oh, I might be thinking of another company now and getting them mixed up. There was a company a couple of years ago who were going through all the YouTubers trying to sort of get people to have a go at their fulfillment service. I can't remember if that was Hubu or someone else. Orange Connect was at the All Pack Expo at the NEC that I went to. It was a good expo, but there was a few FBA places that do eBay, and none of them are for us tat sellers. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, don't really work, does it? I don't think. Hi, Tam and Bell. I see. Yeah, it's not worked, has it? You've not got your little star or whatever, have you? No, you haven't. I'm just checking on YouTube. So you need to get hold of them. I think you've activated the wrong account, Tam and Bell. You can pay Amazon to label, yeah. You can pay an extra fee for that service, can't you? Even if I use 25 foot for stock, still will cost when a 100-foot storage unit costs 188. Yeah. Well, that's just the storage aspect, isn't it? But they're actually they're fulfilling the items as well. So if you have to think about that as well, they are picking and packing. So that's another part of the service. They're sending it off with the different levels of postage that they offer, and also they are dealing with all the customer. I think they're dealing with customer relations as well. Like if there's any issues with customers, let me just have a look at that. And also it protects you against defects, certain defects. So there's other things involved in it. But you're right. The comparison of the storage costs does not add up at all, does it? Yeah, if you've got lower priced items, it's probably not worth it. It's just interesting to have the chat. I was kind of hoping somebody in the chat was using it, but no, nobody's using it. And that's probably why eBay are trying to push it, because they've just put it on the eBay announcement board again to remind people that that service is there. And they put out the simplified price list for us to have a look at. Yeah, so I just thought, oh, surely somebody's using it. It wasn't a pigeon, it was a pterodactyl. Oh, there you go. Claire says Hubu was tested by Nick with car mats. I knew somebody tested one of them. What was the outcome? Do we know? I think Nick Hill's got Hubu on his channel. Ah, right. So it was Hubu that I was thinking of. I knew they'd done the rounds on sort of YouTube. Married to Resell, and only one person I know uses Hubu. They had some major issues at the start, but stuck with it, so guessing it's okay. I guess when these companies, when they're new and they first start, I guess there is going to be some teething problems. Keep it simple, yeah. Works out very expensive. We'll need a lot of small products to make the best use of the space. Seems a service for new. Yeah, exactly, Brooke. Exactly. I think that's what it is. I'm all good for pigeons. Hubu. All right, Hubu. That's silly, isn't it? Labeling, packaging is an additional cost. All right, brilliant. So you were just comparing. Okay, Brooke. You were just comparing the actual storage space costs. Yeah. So in that respect, it just does not add up at all, does it? Yeah. Well, it doesn't add up anyway. I think we've established that. The cost is just ridiculous. What's everyone got on this weekend? We've got family round. I've got my stepson is here, Annabelle's lad, and his fiance are here for the weekend. So later today we are going. It's his birthday today, actually. We are going to Paynton, and we are doing virtual darts. I don't even know what that is. Virtual darts, and we're doing this indoor crazy golf thing. It's like all neon and graffiti and stuff, and it's crazy golf. And then we're going for all you can eat Chinese, and I love that Chinese. If any of you are ever in Paynton, there's an amazing Chinese. It has a little bit of Thai in there as well. All you can eat buffet. It's called the Honeymoon, and it is the best all you can eat on the English Riviera. If you're ever around here, it's amazing. Pros is off. Right, gotta go. Some parcels that still need dropping. I'll catch you all later. See you later. Thanks for dropping in. Labeling per label 23p, packaging per package. Wow, 49p for packaging every parcel. I remember Darren Smart on YouTube had some major problems with Hubu a few years ago and stopped using it. All these extra charges. It's like going to a restaurant and being charged for the knife and fork and plate. I know, yeah. It's like that advert, isn't it? What is that advert for? Where comes to the end of the bill and he starts charging them for every little thing. I can't remember what the advert is now, but yeah, it's like that, isn't it? I've heard of these crazy golf things. My sister went to one in Manchester. Oh yeah, I've been to the one in Manchester, Lisa. Yeah, the one in Manchester is quite good. Yeah. How's Belle's? Oh, we've got news on this front, Kathy. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say anything. She might have wanted to say herself. I'll say it anyway. She's actually had confirmation that she can keep her current job. They are going to issue a new contract, and she'll be given a working from home contract. So at the minute it's 70-30. But they're going to change a contract to working from home and a few other little bits in there that might need changing. But she can keep a job. She can do it wherever she is in the country. I've even said, you know what, if you want, shall we move to Florida? You can still do your job. If you've got internet access, we'll go and live in Florida with Kevin. And yeah. So she is absolutely made up with that. We only heard, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Only heard yesterday, so she'd made up with that. No more job hunting, no more interviews. It just makes life so much easier. All we need to do now is sell the house. We need a sale on the house, a proper sale, not one that's going to take 2 years. Photo taking, 23p, disposal, 40. Wow. Literally, you got no profit left, have you? Do they do the listing for you? Now that could be worth it. Imagine that. They did the listing for you. You know what? I'd think about it. I'd think about it if they did the listing for you. Because then I'd just go out and buy shit, shove it in the post to Orange Connects and just forget about it. You list it, you photograph it, you post it, and I'll take a small part of the profits. That'd probably be all right, that. Pad Thai. Oh yeah, charging per chip for that. Yeah. Junkyard Golf or something like that. Yeah, is that the one in Paynton? Yeah, it's something like that. We're doing an hour of virtual darts and then golf. It looks good. Doc says there's a black light lit mini golf course in Vegas. Yeah, it's that kind of thing, Doc. Very similar, I think. I'll try and get a couple of photos of us doing it if anyone's even remotely interested. Probably not. Be cheaper to rent a unit and employ someone. Probably right there, Brooke. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers, Kathy. Yeah. And Dan as well, and Lindsay and Alvin. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate that. I'll pass that on to Bo, and she's out at the minute, but takes a lot of the pressure off, and it just makes things a little bit more smoother. You know, once we fingers crossed, once somebody offers us on the house and we accept, we can literally put an offer in on another house straight away on the house that we want. So that will be really nice. Whereas we had this whole thing going on where it's like, what do we do first? Put an offer in on a house or find a job? And it was really complicated because our mortgage company is saying to us, you know, you can't put an offer in on a house until you've had one accepted on yours. And also then when you put an offer in on the house, we're going to have to do a credit check, which means that we're going to have to take all your job details. And that was making it a nightmare, an absolute nightmare, to sort of time it all right. So this really takes a lot of the pressure off. Send Belle to Florida. I don't think you'll get rid of that easy. Belle's staying here. I'm going to Florida. Forget that. Thank you. Cheers. Excellent news. Thank you. Yeah, it is good news. What time are we on? I've got to be strict on the time because Belle will kill me otherwise if I don't get the hoovering done of this 8-story house. Tell you what, if I can get a bungalow, I'll be well happy. Handling returns per parcel. Handling returns per parcel under 10 kilo, £1.19 to handle a return. Wowzers. Anyone near Birmingham, check out Ghetto Golf if you like that sort of thing. Sounds like it's probably a similar thing to that. Oh, definitely the best outcome. Oh, yeah, totally. A bungalow, yes, exactly, yeah. Nice one. Well spotted. I like that. So we just need somebody to come and really want the house and put the people who accepted an offer on. They really want the house, but they're stuck with this whole work permit issue, which they're just waiting and waiting and waiting for. I mean, it's already been. When did we actually accept the initial offer that they put in? They shouldn't have been allowed to make an offer, I don't think. I don't think they should have been allowed by the estate agent to even view the house because they weren't really in a position to buy. I think they were just chancing it, and because they really wanted the house because of the position that we're in here, like geography-wise. It's on the same street for starters, and they don't come up that often. The kids go to the school at the end of the road, so it's perfect for them. But personally, I don't think they probably should have been allowed to put the offer in or view the house because they weren't in the position to buy. But that said, we agreed with their price, and but now, you know, God knows how long it's going to take them to sort that out. I mean, we could get a phone call tomorrow morning, and they could say, "Oh, right, that's it. We've got a work permit sorted. Let's go," and that'll be happy days. This stream hasn't been an advertisement for eBay for fulfillment. Yeah, you're right, Tommy. It hasn't. It was never designed to be. I essentially I wanted to find out if anyone was actually using it because the concept is interesting, but the question was, who was it for? What kind of business was it for? I think we've established that, and we've also established that the price list is not simplified. Estate agents don't care about whether clients are in a position to buy. Well, you say that, Kathy, but They're meant to, I think by law, they're meant to. I mean, when we've been viewing, they were asking us for like proof of our position at the moment, like proof of, like when we bought this house, we weren't allowed to view unless we gave evidence to the estate agent that we had a mortgage offer in place. Well, this family that want to buy this house, they can't have had a mortgage offer in place, not because they're not in a position to have a mortgage without a work permit. So they can't have physically had an offer. They might be at the last stage of an offer with just waiting to tick that last box. But for me, I don't think they probably should have been allowed to look at the house. There you go. Now Belle can work from home all the time. Are you sharing your office? No. There's no room in here. Not amongst all this tat. Doc, I did see that you tried to pop in there a couple of times, but you just popped straight back out. So I don't know if you're having some tech issues. I'm going to finish in a second, guys. It's coming up to the hour. No one has admitted to using it. There's so many Sunday viewers. Yeah, I don't think it really it happens like that anymore, Kathy. It shouldn't do anyway, because when you go, like I said, when you go to look, when you ring an estate agent and say, I want to look at a house, they normally say, have you got a mortgage offer in place? And then I know when we viewed this one, we had to send proof that we had a mortgage offer. But I guess maybe some it still happens in. More chance of someone using eBay gum, Richard. Yeah. Yeah, well done to Belle. Yeah, I'll pass on all your well dones. She'll appreciate it. Oh, he's trying to distract me. No worries. Derek's not here. They're holding up the eBay gum sponsorship. I wonder if eBay gum will ever get off the ground properly. Because wasn't he doing a version 2 and bringing out an app and everything? I mean, what happened to it? Just pie in the sky, wasn't it? Well, why didn't it come out? He must have spent so much money on that website, getting it up to speed and that, because it's not cheap, is it, to have stuff like that built? You know, an auction shop or whatever it is, a bit like eBay. Can't be cheap. We're approaching 2 o'clock. Don't forget, Amanda is live at 2 p.m. So I'm going to finish. I've been fluffing for Amanda, so I don't mind that. I'll fluff for anybody. So whilst we finish here, make sure you pop over to Amanda, Anything Vintage, and join her on her stream. I'm going to go and do some hoovering. I'm going to put on me special hoovering outfit. You know the one. The estate agents grill you about a mortgage offer before you get to view a house. Yeah, we were the same when we viewed this one, but clearly they didn't grill the people that put an offer in on our house. How would you put an offer in on somebody's house when you're not even got a mortgage? How does that work? So I take that offer with a pinch of salt at the minute, because I don't believe it's ever going to come to fruition. And I expect we'll probably end up selling to somebody else before that. T-minus 2 minutes. Yeah. Fluffing. That's what it's called. Pretty sure they were looking for a takeover bid. Cheers, Emsden. And don't forget, 8:30 tonight for Lindsay and Alvin. Go give them some support. Birthday suit hoovering. There you go. Thanks. Yeah. 8:30 p.m. Yes, he's got it. Yes. Right, I'm going, guys. There'll be a boot sale video out probably on Sunday. We'll be live at Monday at 8 p.m. Don't forget to enter the duck race. Go and comment on Monday's show just gone. Go and make a comment on that to enter the duck race. Whoopsie-daisy. These are the prizes courtesy of Emsden. That is this Monday's prize. If you want to be in a chance of winning them, go and comment on Monday night's show and you will enter the duck race. And that is it for today. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you coming on and joining in the chat. See you all later. Have a good weekend. Hope you find some good stuff at the boot sales. Later. Thanks very much for watching, really appreciate it. If you want to catch up on another one of my videos, you can try one like this or one like this. They're both good ones. Give it a go, or you can subscribe by pressing this button here. There you go. See you later.